Hi, welcome back to May Influence You. It's been a minute since I have done a show, but I've been extremely busy with my real job of doing real estate. I'm a realtor here in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I have been all over this valley and working daily since Thanksgiving. So I haven't had a chance to do a show, but I'm back and I'm excited for the new year. I hope all of you had a great Christmas, and I hope that you were able to reflect on the true meaning of Christmas and think about Jesus Christ, and were able to spend time with your family. Going back to the new year, there's some exciting things happening on my podcast with some great doctors, celebrities, influencers, all different people of all different walks of life that I hope that you stay tuned and watch. Today I have my friend Kathy here. I'll let her introduce herself to you.
My name's Kathy Gabadist. I am a realtor here in Utah. I specialize in Utah County and South Salt Lake. I have done different things in real estate for like the last 20 years. I currently am working with Presidio Real Estate. I joined them back in September.
And we're excited to have you on board. And I kind of want to partner up with Kathy, and I'm getting really busy, and I want to be able to do like May Influence You and also do real estate at the same time. And I think if I have a little partner here, hopefully she'll join me in helping out with some real estate, and besides, her doing her own. But I wanted to kind of get into, since we do real estate, is Utah. There's just so many different things about Utah. I think it has one of the best landscapes, states with so many different like scenery. Like you go from like lush mountains with the snow to like the desert. And I thought, I was reading, which I thought were some fun facts, is that Utah is the second driest state in the U.S. after Nevada. Did you know that?
I didn't.
I've never heard of that, and that is pretty cool. I wouldn't have thought that. And then Salt Lake City, Utah has more plastic surgeons per capita than any other city. Which that is crazy because Utah is not, Salt Lake City is not that big when you consider like Los Angeles and Miami. Like those are the cities I would think that would blow, our city away with plastic surgeons. But I guess everybody likes to look very pretty in Utah. Lagoon is the largest operating amusement park in the American West, and it's one of the oldest, and it has one of the oldest roller coasters. It's called Woody. Have you ever rode that white roller coaster?
It used to be white.
No, is it?
Now it's just the wood.
Oh, is it?
Now it's just the wood.
It's faded.
I'm pretty sure they've sanded it off.
Maybe I think that's what's so scary is you go on that ride and you're like,
It's rickety.
yeah, it's it's scary because it is so old. You're like, your adrenaline, keeps going. That's maybe why I like to ride it so much, is because it is old and you're like, I hope I don't die on this.
It burnt down before, like way back.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, because it looks pretty old. It doesn't look like it's been redone.
Yeah, there was a big fire back before I was born, I believe. It was a long time ago. They have a whole thing when you're in line to get on the roller coaster. They have a whole thing with all the history.
Oh, really? I guess I've never paid attention. There's just so many people that it's just like, I don't ever. I just look at that.
Makes a little nervous.
Yeah.
Nerve-wracking to go get on the...
Yeah. Kathy's from Utah, so.
I grew up in Utah, so I've been in Utah my whole life.
That's awesome. That's great.
So
Utah has one of the highest rates of prescription drug abuse in the U.S., which I thought was pretty crazy. I didn't know that. Because of the state of Utah's high elevation and desert-like climate, its snow is dry and powdery, and so that Utah claims to have the greatest snow on Earth, which I do think they do have great snow for skiing and for sledding and for all of that. There's so many people that come into the state to just ski in and out all the time. Utah is also the only state where every county contains some part of national forest, which I thought was interesting. If you're an outdoors person, there's just so many different national forests. There's so many different places to adventure. What Kathy, what do you think is one of your favorite places that you like to go?
I like going up the canyon. When I was a kid, we used to take a drive almost every Sunday, just driving up the canyon. We'd go up, we'd roast hot dogs, cut watermelon. I love going down south to like Moab area. I was actually born in Blanding.
Oh, you were?
So yes, I lived there for years. I have a lot of family down there in southern Utah, and just like the Arches,
Yes.
Bryce Canyon, the Grand Canyon, all of that. I love seeing all of it. It's hot when I go down there, and I love going up in the canyon during the summertime because it's cooler with all the shade from all the trees and everything up there.
I just think it's just unreal. The scenery is just unreal. It's I don't know. It's just fascinating. Like Lake Powell is one of my favorite places to vacation. So if you ever get the opportunity to come to Utah and you want to go boating, it's just unreal. It feels like, I don't know, you're just somewhere different, and it's just amazing. The water is warm, and it's my favorite thing to do, for sure. According to this study conducted by Wallet Hub, Utah is home to the most charitable people in the country, which that I didn't find surprising because there are a lot of great people here in Utah, and I know that even your neighbors, like so many people are always willing to help out, and I think that's one of the best things about living in Utah is that the communities are just so close, and just everybody is willing to help everybody out. And if they don't know that you need it, you'll never see that. But if you were to ever need anything, I'm sure you can just go to your neighbor and knock on their door, and they would do anything to help you. At least I feel like that in my little community.
Or just with your friends.
Yeah.
Whether they're in your neighborhood or elsewhere. Just if they know that you're going through a hard time, they reach out, they try to make sure you have what you need. Anytime anyone in my neighborhood has had any kind of a tragic thing happen, everybody's working to see if they can come help them clean their house, if they can make them meals, if they can watch their kids, take them to school if they need it, things like that.
I remember moving here to the state, and I'm from Colorado, and it's just like if you're sick or something, it's just like people are calling you. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's all these, people wanting to help out, and which is so awesome.
Yeah.
Also, there's another thing that Utah has the third most national parks in any state after Alaska and California, which that was pretty cool. There's some little quirky things that I wanted to kind of bring up that everybody, when they visit Utah, they talk about is like fry sauce. Fry sauce is the bomb. That's like definitely a Utah thing. Funeral potatoes. Pastrami burgers. Like
Utah thing?
Yeah, it's a Utah thing because I'd never ate one until I moved here. Now we have tons of drive-through soda and cookie shops all over the state. You would think that everyone would be very chubby, but they're not. From eating so many, there's so many, huh? I'm just like every kind of cookie or dirty Dr. Peppers, like any of those drinks. But I guess that's what the Mormons do is they like their soda and cookies. Yeah. They have great honey. Honey's produced. A lot of honey's produced here on local farms. So I'm going to ask you, do you know the most well-known event ever to take place in Utah?
The most well-known event?
Well-known event. What has happened here in Utah that like put Utah on the map? I know our camera guy knows.
Was the Olympics?
Yes.
2002?
Yep. 2002, we had the Winter Olympics. And right now I think we're
In the bid
we're in the bid, and we're like at the top of the list to have the Olympics here again, which I'm super excited for, because that definitely brings lots of revenue to our state. And I hear it is a lot of fun. I didn't live here in 2002, so I would be excited. That's awesome. As I was talking about 2 different places to live, I forgot to bring up like Hole in the Rock in Moab. It's a whole different, it's a cool place. Mm-hmm. It's different. I've never been to the Mars Desert. Have you ever heard of that?
I haven't. It's interesting. I've lived here my whole life, and I'm still finding new places.
It is like unreal.
Hidden gems, yeah.
It's just it's so cool. And then Skinwalker Ranch. Do you know about that? Mm-hmm. Well, like UFO sighting. Oh, really? I want to go too. I'm like, I haven't had a chance to do all these things. And now, when I was looking them up, I'm like, wow. Mm-hmm. I've heard of them, and then also like Fantasy Canyon is an area too. They're just, if you Google this stuff, you're just going to be like, I'm going to go visit Utah because it's just fascinating, the scenery. Our population here in 2021 was 3.3 million. The state is well known for most of its skiing and like Sundance Film Festival. So a lot of the Hollywood area and California people are here. Movie stars are usually here at the end of January, I believe is when it happens up in Sundance. And then a great thing that is we're always like number 1, 2, or 3 is we're still number 1 for the economy, which I think is so great for the people that live here. And it was ranked that recently again by the U.S. News and World Report. But those were just a few of the different things about Utah I thought you might want to check out and maybe come visit. I know I stated that I have some exciting things happening next week. I just got my president from John Deloney. He's going to be my guest next week. I'm so excited. He writes Building a Non-Anxious Life. It is the best book that I have read in a long time. And he just sent me his book. And so the book that I bought for my podcast next week, I will be giving it away. And I'm glad he gave me his other book, which I was hoping he signed it, but it's not signed. I'm going to sign it when he's here. I'm going to have to get his autograph on it. But I'm glad that you tuned in, and it's been a minute. And stay tuned for giveaways. And I'm excited about 2024. So everyone have a great new year, and I'll see you soon.